Hey everyone, welcome back. I just wanted to discuss the LA Clippers and their first game with Russell Westbrook on the team. And the game pretty much went how you expected it to go, which is Clippers played good. They were a good team, but unfortunately, and I hate to knock on Russ because so many people have over the last couple of years, particularly once he got to the Lakers. But 176 to 175 loss to the Sacramento Kings is not Clipper basketball, right? The Clippers are known for having the best two-way wings in the game, right? Between Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And they gave up 176 points. Now, this isn't the Sacramento Kings of yesteryear. They're a solid team. They put forth a good effort. You have to actually play hard and to beat them. But this is just what happens when you get Russell Westbrook on your team, though, unfortunately. He had 7 turnovers, potentially 9 turnovers that, 2 of them kind of he got away with. He fouled out of the game. And as a team, the Clippers had 25 turnovers, which led to 42 points for Sacramento. So again, this is a team, the Clippers were rolling, right? Kawhi is starting to look like the Claw again. Paul George is healthy. And they wanted Westbrook, and now they got him. But it just seems like, and again, I don't want to knock on Westbrook, but it just seems like he's not a winning player. And it's unfortunate for a player who's had such a great career. Statistically, he plays hard. You can't take away Russ's effort. Shows up every day, he plays hard. But unfortunately, it just doesn't translate to winning when he's on the court. And it almost seems like what happened to the Lakers, right? You bring in Russ, and all of a sudden, the hallmark on how you play is gone. And, the Lakers were a decent defensive team. Now, they gave up some good defensive players in order to get Russ. But the fall off was so massive, right? The Lakers became just a bad basketball team defensively once they got Russ. And we all know Russ doesn't really play defense. And the Clippers, that is their hallmark. They are defense, right? Paul George and Kawhi are good offensive players, but what elevates that team is their ability to play defense, right? And, the Clippers, for a couple of years now, have been trying to find a point guard, right? Reggie Jackson wasn't the answer. John Wall wasn't the answer just because he can't stay healthy. And unfortunately for John Wall, it looks like he's pretty much on his last legs and going to be out of the league soon. But I don't think Westbrook was the answer here. I think they would have been better off sticking with Terrence Mann, as the point guard. And he's not a traditional point guard either, right? He's kind of in that Westbrook mold where you're really a 2 guard, but you play the point guard position. And that's what Westbrook was, right? He wasn't a traditional point guard. He never was, not even in college. He's really a 2 guard that does have the ability to play make. And he did that here. He had 17 points, 14 assists. That's good. That's Russ contributing. But the 7 turnovers, fouling out of the game, those are just poor decisions. And that's what he tends to make, poor decisions. And he's just someone that I don't think when you're a championship caliber team that you can depend on Russ anymore. And it's unfortunate, but I think the Clippers made a mistake here. Now, I know it's the first game, but 176 points to give up is not normal, right? And people can say, oh, it's one of the best games of the season, right? That's what the defenders are going to say. Well, this is just an anomaly, and this is just one of the best games where 2 teams was just going for it. No, it was 2 teams that don't play defense that was going for it, right? Sacramento has a combination of younger guys who aren't really defensive stalwarts, right? They have De'Aaron Fox, who I think is just an underrated star, and he's been carrying that team to his best ability. Malik Monk is kind of that 2-way player, but if you look at his stat line, he had no steals, he had no blocks. He literally just scored. He just shot threes and he hit his free throws, right? He went 6 of 12 from the 3-point line and 9 of 10 from the free throw line. That's going to equate to winning basketball, and that's what Malik Monk did, and the Lakers are probably regretting giving him up, right? But back on topic and back to Russell Westbrook. It's unfortunate that a player who is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, it's just for some reason, his skill set doesn't translate to winning. And I feel like his skill set hasn't translated to winning since he was in OKC with Harden and Durant, right? When they went to the finals, unfortunately that team couldn't get it done. But I think that was the last time we've seen Westbrook's skill set contribute to actually winning and to a potential championship caliber team. I mean, they lost to that Miami Heat team, which was a better team. You had better players, right? But if OKC was able to keep it together and they didn't lose Harden and they didn't lose Ibaka and they didn't lose Jeff Green, like they had the makings of a championship caliber team. And everyone's going to hark on the 3-1 lead that they had on Golden State, and they blew it. But it wasn't all on Russ, right? Kevin Durant was there. Kevin Durant was a little passive, which he can become. We know he can be passive. And he needed to just take charge and be like, look, Russ, let me bring this home. And that didn't happen. And I think ever since then, Russ has just been on this crusade to just prove he can win. And just doesn't happen for him, unfortunately. Like, when he was with Harden in Houston, it looks good. But once you play a good team, they just get exposed and he gets exposed. And the Lakers showed him no respect and they pretty much put out that blueprint. He has no perimeter game. He can't shoot 3-pointers. And they kind of just sagged off and said, hey, let's just control the paint. And that's what ultimately ended the Rockets run. I think the Clippers are in for a rude awakening. Kings do play the Clippers tough, but 176, I mean, come on. After the game, Russell was joking, saying that I've never been in a game with that many points scored. And it's like, yeah, most people haven't. That's like an all-star game score. And I just think it represents what's to come for the Clippers, which is bad defense, lots of turnovers, 42 points off of turnovers. That is not Clipper basketball. That is not how Tyronn Lue gets down. This is going to be the reality for the Clippers. And I don't want to hate on him because so many people are, but this is the first game and they give up a record amount of points, 43 points in quarters, right? That's just not winning basketball. Turnovers, defense. You could say it was an outlier, but again, I don't think it's an outlier. I just think it's what's to come. And, good luck to the Clippers. And I hope, even though, again, I'm talking about Russ, I hope all the heat doesn't come down on him, but I think it was a bad decision for the Clippers to bring him in. And I think he's going to change the way they play basketball for the worse and not for the better. If you like what you heard, please click the like and share button. If you would like to hear more, subscribe today and click the notification bell so you can get updates on future videos.